A bell tears through the dark. Somewhere beyond the rooftops, the sky is turning orange. In a city built from timber, paper, and flame, you have only minutes. Today, you wake up as a town firefighter in Edo, Japan. This is a careful reconstruction, equipment, organization, and experience varied by decade and brigade. Before any alarm, your day begins in an ordinary neighborhood. You are a craftsman or laborer first, and a member of the town brigade when danger comes. The padded coat hangs ready, marked with the identity of your group. Outside, apprentices open shutters and vendors prepare the street. Every cooking fire, lamp, brazier, and workshop flame is useful, and every one is a risk. Edo has grown into one of the world's largest cities. Its closely packed wooden buildings make fire a shared fear. You notice wind direction without thinking. You notice buckets at the well. You notice whether a passage is blocked. The habit is not panic. It is readiness. Training turns a group of neighbors into a brigade. Men inspect ladders, ropes, hooks, axes, buckets, and the heavy wooden pump. They practice moving through a crowd and taking orders in noise. A leader must identify the fire, the wind, and the buildings most likely to carry flame forward. The brigade's standard, called a matoi, is more than decoration. Raised above roofs, it shows where the group has reached and gives scattered men a point to follow through smoke. Pride matters. Rival brigades can compete fiercely for recognition, but uncontrolled rivalry at a fire can cost lives. Discipline must survive excitement. The alarm begins with sound. A watchman on a tower sees smoke, reads its direction, and strikes the bell. The pattern carries information across the district. Doors open. People step into the street and search the sky. Your brigade gathers quickly. The padded sashiko coat is heavy even before it is soaked. Some firefighters wear it plain side out for work and display the more elaborate lining afterward. Water can help protect the cloth and skin, but it does not make anyone fireproof. You tie the coat, secure your head covering, and lift the tools. The street ahead is already filling with families trying to save documents, bedding, tools, and household gods. Now the city changes. A familiar lane becomes a channel of smoke, sparks, shouting, and moving bundles. People carry chests away from the wind. Roof tiles crack in the heat. The brigade does not rush blindly toward the brightest flame. First, leaders judge where the fire can be stopped. Buckets pass hand to hand, and a wooden pump throws a limited stream, useful at close range. But Edo firefighters often rely on a harsher method. They pull down buildings ahead of the flames. Hooks bite into beams. Ropes tighten. Walls and roofs collapse into a gap the fire cannot easily cross. To save the neighborhood, they may destroy part of it. On the roofline, the matoi bearer is exposed to heat and falling sparks. He lifts the standard where the brigade can see it. Below, teams work in rhythm, clear residents, wet vulnerable surfaces, remove fuel, pull timbers, watch the wind, and keep an escape route open. The work is physical, dangerous, and confusing. Smoke hides distance. A gust can reverse what seemed safe. The popular image celebrates bold men standing against flame, but survival depends just as much on coordination. No single heroic gesture can control a district fire. Information must travel, tools must arrive, and each person must understand the next movement before the building begins to fall. Hours later, the orange light weakens. Firefighters search for hidden embers beneath collapsed wood. A small glow left in debris can begin the disaster again. The brigade counts its men and checks injuries. Residents return cautiously, sometimes to a home saved, sometimes to an empty patch of earth. Firefighting does not end with applause. Tools must be repaired. Wet coats must be washed and dried. The neighborhood must clear streets and decide how to rebuild. The firefighter returns to his ordinary trade carrying smoke in his clothes. Public admiration may be real, but so are exhaustion, burns, crushed limbs, and the knowledge that the next bell could ring on another windy night. Learning Corner. Why did Edo burn so often? Start with density. Long rows of timber houses stand close together. Paper screens, wooden roofs, stored fuel, lamps, braziers, cooking fires, and craft work create many possible beginnings. Then add dry weather and strong seasonal wind. Sparks can cross a narrow street before people move their belongings. Urban policy changed after major disasters. Authorities created open spaces, widened some routes, relocated institutions, regulated construction, and organized different firefighting forces. Yet a vast wooden city could not remove fire from daily life. Prevention, watchfulness, and rapid response had to work together. There was not one single Edo fire service. Daimyo maintained domain brigades. The shogunate had direct organizations, including the Jobaikushi. Townspeople formed makabikeshi groups, associated with districts and the famous Iroha brigades. Their equipment overlapped, but authority, social position, and area of responsibility differed. The town brigades grew from people whose everyday work already demanded strength, climbing, ropes, timber knowledge, and cooperation. Carpenters and construction laborers could read a building quickly. That practical knowledge explains the central tactic. The goal was not always to extinguish the burning structure. It was to decide what must come down before the fire arrived. Finally, read the tools. The matoi marks brigade identity and position. The tobigakai, or fire hook, pulls at walls and beams. Ladders provide observation and access. Buckets and wooden pumps move water, but their reach and pressure are limited. Padded coats offer some protection when soaked, while bold inner designs express group pride away from the hottest work. Together, these objects reveal a system adapted to its city. Edo firefighting is not a primitive version of a modern fire engine. It is a different answer to different streets, buildings, materials, and technology. When the bell falls silent, the empty fire break shows what that answer cost. The fire is gone, but the city remains watchful. Edo's firefighters protected streets with courage, demolition, discipline, and local knowledge. Subscribe to A Day in Old Japan for another quiet journey into the human reality behind the legend.